Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Oh, one moment. And enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming and something about on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm saying you were up, and let's go. Plus, if I'm going to find myself a new man, I'm certainly not going to settle for less. Anyone who isn't at least as good as Ken is no good. That might as well exclude most men on the planet. At my age, just might. Still, maybe I'll think about it again once you boys are all grown up and don't need me to take care of you anymore. I would still need to find a man who isn't insecure about my history. That's a much taller order than you might think. I can imagine. Mom sighs, turning her head to look wistfully at the little shrine. Getting up from the couch, she slowly walks towards it. I instinctively hold my breath once she reaches for the door, gingerly opening and placing the lock so it stays that way, all her movements graceful and full of care. She puts both of her hands together in prayer, lowering her head and closing her eyes. After a few seconds of deliberation, I join together in the gesture from the couch. Dad? I don't really know if you're still here or not, but if you are, thank you. For everything. Maybe you're the one who looked out for me and made sure I wouldn't get hurt too bad back then. The doctors did say it was a miracle that I came out of it mostly fine. So, thank you. I love you. Okay. I think the soup's almost done cooking. I'm gonna set the table and then we can have lunch together. How about that? Yeah, that sounds good. You're so full of energy. I don't know if that's exactly true, but I do feel better now than I did just a few minutes ago. Several hours later. A little while after lunch, and having cleaned everything up in the kitchen while refusing any help from me, Mom brought her laptop downstairs and started working from the kitchen counter. The reality is that even if she managed to get out of going to the office for a few days, she can't stop working altogether. So she ended up having to work from here, probably more for her peace of mind than anything else. At least this way she gets to keep an eye on me, doesn't have to worry about anything. Which is just fine by me, so long as she can manage to relax. I'm peachy. The last thing I want is for anyone to worry about me. So I'll play the part. I'll behave. I'll be accommodating. I'll hold my tongue. I need to make sure they're all happy, that I'm not the reason they're upset. I can do this. The sound of knocking echoes from the front door, making my ears twitch as soon as I hear it. I'll check it out. You stay here. Mom interrupts me as soon as she notices me moving to get up. I guess some habits are hard to get rid of. Maybe it's Aki or one of the guys. Aki did say he'd be skipping practice and headed straight for home after school today. Though his classes only ended about 15 minutes ago, there's no way he got here already. Classes at my school, on the other hand, ended a while ago. If the guys didn't go to their clubs or lingered, there would be a realistic chance that they'd be here by now. They did say they'd be coming over. Yuichi, look who it is! Kobayashi-kun came over to see you. Sorry for the intrusion. Don't be ridiculous. You told me in the morning you'd be coming over. Second, water time. Guys and gals, and we are indeed back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? I did, but considering the look on your mom's face when she saw me, I'm guessing you didn't tell her. Oh, right. Guess I forgot. Where did that come from? A sharp answer out of nowhere. Why do you have to strike me down like that? It's alright. It's always a pleasure to have one of Yuichi's friends over. I'm gonna go back to my computer so I can work, but would you like me to get you something before that? Tea? I have some rice crackers in the pantry as well. No, ma'am, I'm good. Thank you very much. Do let me know if you need anything, okay? Sorry about that. I forgot to let her know. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter? Yeah, it's not a big deal. June drops his bag on the floor next to the couch, taking a seat at the nearby armchair. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. Really? Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Why do you look like you don't believe me? It's nothing. June slowly shakes his head sideways. Come on, I might be dense, but I'm not stupid. If you're looking like that, even I can tell that something's wrong. Am I not being convincing enough? You looked a bit suspicious last night, too. I have to try harder to throw him off. Is there anything you want to do? I'm kind of bored of sitting around doing nothing. Something to do? Yeah, play a game, maybe? Oh, I know. Maybe you could recommend me something nice for us to watch. That's, maybe you'd prefer reading something? Like, you like reading, right? I think you mentioned it a few times before. I do, but There's this light novel series I really like. It's set in a futuristic Tokyo in a world where magic exists. Except magic is all sciencey and stuff. That's like fucking... That's a huge amount of light novels. That sounds so generic that I can think of... Yep. That I can think of it. So sorry about that, yo. That sounds so generic that I can think of a ton of novels that fit that description. Really? The MC on this planet is this plain-looking guy that everyone looks down on since he doesn't stand out. But he's secretly a really powerful, specialized magician and one of the strongest people in the world. That still doesn't narrow it down at all. Yep, there's so many. God, a lot of anime is just so samey these days. Manga too, light novels as well. Well, there are a lot of other powerful magicians who initially look down on him, but once they find out what kind of guy he is, they start falling for him one by one. With the girls and the guy. Just tell me the damn name! Whoa, that got a bigger rise out of him than I thought it would. What's going on with you? Are you in a bad mood or something? Not important. Either way, I got him off my trail, so it's fine. It's called My Days at Magic Academy. Am I secretly a demon lord? Oh, that one. Do I detect some judgment in your tone? Yes, Shion-kun is a terrible protagonist, and his powers make no sense. Also, you totally left out the part about demons existing when you gave me that super generic synopsis. Jeez, why so picky? I didn't say anything that wasn't true, did I? No, but you could have been more accurate. Also, what's wrong with Shion? I like him. Sure you do. He's a lovable generic dude with all the personality of a wet tissue paper. He's part of that movement for super bland protagonists that are uber powerful and loved by everything that the industry has been falling into since it's basically wish fulfillment. If he's bland and passive, barely anything he does will pull readers out of the story. He's made to be as generic as possible so people can identify with him and boost sales. It's boring. Also, I'm sorry, but a demon and an angel are very different things. He can't be both the son of the High Seraph of the human woman and a demon lord. A fallen angel isn't the same thing as a demon. It makes no sense. Well, stop attacking the things I like! And stop liking mediocre things! Wow, it's like that? Alright, then what do you like, Mr. Cultured? And light novels are with literature in general. Give me a light novel you like, since your taste is so superior. Asagio, Memories of That Summer. I've never heard of that. What's that about? The protagonist is a young adult called Setsuna Shiozaki. She's working at a coffee shop while going to college and still dealing with the trauma of an incident that happened during her middle school years. The story is basically about her coming to grips with an accident that cost the life of one of her childhood friends and how the group of friends starts coming back together after Setsuna-san finds out that she's been diagnosed with ALS. The name comes from the fact that the accident happened on the day when the morning glory flowers started coming in bloom. It's a story about human connection. Yeah, but who's human in this world? You're animal people! It's a story about human connection, appreciating the friendships you have and not wasting the chances you're given because you never know what might happen tomorrow. But what's in that super advanced sounding book? I thought June was gonna name something like Dragons and Magic and stuff. This sounds super sad. I feel like a gut punch just hearing about it. How many volumes are there? 13. The story finished last year. Fuck. I'll make a mental note to pick up one of those volumes and give it a try. I didn't know you read that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, power fantasies and escapism are fine every now and again, but even then they need to at least a little bit of effort put into them. There are some books out there that might as well just be a bunch of marketing tropes mashed together for maximum sales. The anime I've heard you talking about were all pretty much like that, though. Anime are different, and I can watch them just for the flashy fight sequences and whatnot. As long as it doesn't make my brain rot while watching it, it's good. It's just there for entertainment value. Books need more care, though. If you're gonna get me to read it, the least you can do is not write as if you thought I were an idiot. Jeez, this is so unlike you. Are you really June? Oh god, what if this is an imposter? Could this be Attack of the Body Stealers all over again? Please don't look at me like that. Like what? Don't act so surprised just because I have standards. Are you really June? You're acting a bit different. I wonder. You wonder? What the hell does that mean? It's hard to explain. Maybe changing all at once was too much. Changing? Changing what? Oh god, did something happen to June while I was away? What the hell happened? I'm filtering my thoughts less? Does that make sense? Filtering them less? I'm not sure I follow. It's, actually, could we have this conversation somewhere more private? I shoot a glance from June to my mother as he looks right at her. She doesn't even seem to be aware that we're here. She tunnel visions pretty hard when she's focused, so I doubt she's even hearing us right now. But if there's something he's uncomfortable saying around other people, it's only fair that I agree. Plus, if it touches even tangentially into the subject of, romantic feelings, then I don't want to be away from her as well. Hey, Mom, we're going upstairs for a bit. Oh, sure, that's fine by me. Upstairs? Wait, isn't that a bit too... It's fine. I have crutches now, and they help a lot. It's not that bad going up and down the stairs. But, seriously, stop worrying. I already went up and down a few times a day all by myself. It's fine. If you say so. Even though I said that, June continued to fuss over me the entire way. I had to climb the stairs with him right next to me, boxing me in with his arms, keeping one of them hanging just a few centimeters before my back and the other doing the same at my front. I highly doubt he'd have the upper body strength to catch and stabilize me if I were to fall, but I decided to keep quiet for his peace of mind. He even opened the door for me before I could reach for it. What a gentleman. There. This should be private enough for you, right? Yeah. Right. June closes the door behind us, taking a seat at my bed as soon as he notices me doing the same pulling up my desk chair. So, this is kind of an awkward thing to talk about. You're making me anxious by proxy here. Right, sorry. June takes a few deep breaths, placing a hand on his chest and breathing in and out slowly. It brings me memories of when we went to his piano concert and I did that to him to help him calm down. The sight brings a smile to my face. Okay, the truth is, I haven't been entirely truthful with you guys since I met you. Okay? Truth is, well, it's a long story, but I basically went through a lot of trouble before I moved back to Saitama. I was lonely, had no friends, I had no one to talk to. Things got really, really bad, and my parents had to bring me back ASAP last year for my protection. I didn't want to make them sad, and I could tell they were really worried about me, so I started acting to make them happy. When I noticed that worked, I tried doing the same whenever I met other people, so there would be a better chance they'd like me. Acting? Yuichi-san, I'm not really quite like what I've been pretending to be, or at least I don't think I am. You don't think you are? You're really doing a number on my head here, June. Trust me, I'm just as confused as you are. I've been acting for a really long time. I don't really know how to be myself anymore. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon and YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!